All right, if your love life or relationship needs a little bit of help, you definitely need to hear this. Our next guest is a host of the award-winning podcast, Dear Future WIFEY, and he's called The Relationship Whisperer by fans all across the globe. He's got a new book out. It's titled Student of Love, Your Guide to Discover, Uncover, and Recover Healthy Relationships. His name, Laterras R. Whitfield, and guess what? He is here on Daily Flash. How are you, Laterras?
Man, I'm doing great. How are you?
Man, fantastic. You got to be doing good because, happy wife, happy life, right? So, if you want to be happy, you got to make sure everybody in the relationship's happy. But let's talk about that. What is the number one thing you have to tell people who are actually looking for a life partner?
So love isn't about finding the right person. It's about becoming the right person. I often tell people, become the person that you're praying for. Student of Love is not about discovering love. It's about developing the person that can manifest the love in your life. And so I always say, if you want to be a student of love, then if you struggle in the area of communication, then become a student of communication. If you want to become more emotionally intelligent, you want to attract that kind of love, then focus on your own emotional intelligence. So I always say, become the love that you're trying to manifest in your life.
Yeah, and it seems like if you do that, you are going to find the right person, and the yin and yang of a relationship will work itself out afterward. That is very good. I'm going to start using that. I really appreciate that, actually. Let's talk about, say there's married couples, and listen, there's some that are watching the show right now, married couples, and they might be in a little bit of a slump, and the first thing you think of is like, is this going to lead to divorce and that sort of thing? What's your advice to them? What would you give to those married couples that might be questioning, are we really compatible?
I don't believe that slumps are a sign of failure. I believe that they're signals to reconnect. A lot of times we're always willing to just throw away the baby with the bathwater.
Yeah.
But I always say, take a moment to reconnect. Go back and revisit the reason why you married that person in the first place. Go revisit those old memories. Schedule intentional time to reconnect. Pray together. Just have conversations. And I believe that people evolve in relationships. The person that you married 5 years ago is not the same person that you're married to today. So take that time to reconnect and learn the new version of that person.
You're 100% right. And going into the relationship, you have to know, I'm going to change, you're going to change, where we're going to find each other. Let's change together, and let's help each other change. And I can appreciate that. We're out looking for, let's say, a future mate. Where's the best place to find them? I mean, are we talking on dating apps, Starbucks, Home Depot, the fruit section of the supermarket? Where's the best place?
Listen, I say cast your net wide. Use every source of technology that you have. Yes, I believe in dating apps. I believe in meeting people wherever you do life. So whether it's working, if they don't have situations in your job where you can't, date on people in your job, but they allow that, then do that. The place that you spend the most time, I believe that you can naturally connect with somebody, create hobbies. But first, get out the house. A lot of times people are trying to meet people, but they're staying in the house. Unless you're meeting the Amazon delivery driver or the Uber Eats driver, then that's what you're relegating your dating life to. But get out, go enjoy stuff, go take trips, and become a person that's approachable. When you're out and about in this world, say hi, smile. A smile goes a long way.
It's interesting too, because if you smile at somebody, you're not down here on the phone, and you will stand out, right? Because that's where everybody's at these days, and they're not looking at that, or they're looking at themselves in the mirror and that sort of thing. I want to talk about this. Should you go somewhere, let's say you're a religious person, should I say, well, if I'm religious, I need to find my person at my church because, and just limit myself to that? But to me, it seems like, wait a minute, you go back to change, shouldn't we find some core things? Or am I wrong on that?
No, I believe that wherever it is, I remember when I was younger, I said, I'm gonna meet my wife at church. I didn't meet my wife at my wife at church. I met my wife while I was doing a play. I was actually doing a play called The Marriage. And so my ex-wife I met doing a play.
Nice.
I just got married, 10 days ago?
Oh.
10 days ago. Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah. Thank you so much. See, now I'm a left-hand ring wearer.
I don't know what this means without mine has many rings.
And so I met my current wife doing my podcast at a church. And so it was so cool. But I always believe that you can meet your partner in purpose, whatever it is that you enjoy doing,
Yes.
whatever it is that you find enjoyable in your life, then you'll have a natural connection with that person.
Yes, and that's one, and that's more or less what I was leading up to, and that sort of thing is because you'll always have that, and you say go back to what you did, and you know you have that in common, and you can work on
Yes.
it. And I love seeing those couples that they have, they're still involved in where they had met and what they're doing, and it shows something to the kids is that hey, look, we're a team, we're working together. There's so much more that you're able to do. In your book, I'm sure there's more advice. Quickly give us a brief synopsis of what we'll find inside.
In A Student of Love, you'll find, again, we're looking for love, but we have to become the love that we desire. And so I give tips to unlearn some things that we've been taught. We've been taught some toxic things as far as love is concerned. Like even when you started off, you said happy wife, happy life. That's an ideology that we've grown accustomed to as a cool little cliche, but that hasn't worked. You'll find a man that may be deprived in the marriage and said, I'm making this wife happy. And what is happiness anyway? Is happiness meeting the needs and desires of that person every time they have it? Or is it, I like to relegate happiness to joy?
Congratulations on everything. Check out the podcast. Get the book. Studentoflove.com is the website. Thanks for joining us today.